Glory to God. Praise the Lord. You know, as a pastor, former pastor, sometimes you get in too big a hurry. You want to get things over with, but not over with, but you want to get the people in touch with God. And if you don't do that, you really lost the gift of what a pastor is. And we've been trying, Brother Lynn and I, we've been trying since I've been here, since, I guess, whatever time I've been here, 2 years now. We've been trying our best to get you in touch with God. I didn't know these songs tonight when the Lord was talking to me about what we're going to do here this evening. But everything that we sung this morning and everything we sung tonight goes along with the messages. And that lets me know something. I'm in tune with the Spirit of God.
Amen.
I never did try to keep up with the Sunday school lessons when I was pastoring churches because I didn't want to know exactly what the teacher was doing until I got there. And I realized something. I was in tune with God. Now we're going to do something a little different tonight. Something y'all not accustomed to, probably never done here before, I don't know. I've only done it once in 40 years I've been preaching. But I believe God told me to do this tonight. We're going to sing a song and then we'll have a script. I want you to put the first one up, Brother Jim, if you don't mind. God is a good God. I can't tell you. I mean, you just don't even know. I got to be in New Mexico next weekend. And this is just a little bit of forte before I get there. So, you guys just pray for me and my wife when we go traveling again. But God knows what He's doing. We don't know what we're doing. If we did, we wouldn't want to do what we do a lot of times. But God knows what we're going to do. Brother Grace and Brother Ray's going to be in Israel tomorrow. And we need to pray for them because if you know anything about the Jewish land, it never says that it would be attacked on any purpose on any day. I never went to Israel because of that reason. I wasn't afraid, but I didn't want to take cautious. I've traveled all over the world, but I just never needed to go to Israel. I never needed to watch the Passion of Christ either. Even though I did watch it. Somebody finally talked me into watching it. I don't need to know these things to have my faith. Now, I'm not saying you guys are going for that reason. I'm just saying I don't need them kind of things in my life. When you sang that song, as long as I had breath, you know, I promised God. I promised God a long, long time ago. Many, many, many years ago. If I have to crawl down that aisle, and with my last breath, I'll praise you.
Oh, hallelujah.
I promised him that. And I said, God, if I'm ever going to get in a position where I'm going to backslide, take me out of here long before that ever happens. I've never even felt like doing that. You know why? Because He's such a good God. I don't want to be away from Him. The closer I get to Him, the closer He gets to me. And when that happens, Christine, it's a great thing, man. It's the most, you can't buy that. And thank God, the Democrats can't steal it. Sorry, Democrats. I was a Democrat. My daddy was a Democrat. But we're on a tangent now that this world, and just a little bit, could go wacko. Seriously, wacko. And we have to pray. Go ahead and put that up. Praise the Lord. Now when Solomon had made an end of the frame, the fire came down. Now we've been praying, we've been singing, we've been praising God, we've been honoring God, we've been doing all these things. I want the fire of God to come down. And if you don't want it, stand back and watch. Let it all happen to me. Because I'm not afraid. And I don't care how silly I look. That sun went past a long time ago. When I rolled around in the cow patties out in the middle of the cow paddock. That's gone. I don't even care. I want the fire of God to fall upon my life. I want the fire of God to know that it's real once again. I want it burning from within. I want it going all the way from my toes, all the way to the top of my head. Hallelujah. I want it to know it knows me. And I know it. It feels like fire, shut up in my bones. Holy Ghost and fire, shut up in my bones. It feels like fire, shut up in my bones. Holy Ghost and fire, shut up in my bones. Came down from heaven, consumed the burnt offering and the sacrifice, and the glory of the Lord filled the house. Praise God. Hallelujah. Give me number 2, brother. Praise God. Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song. And the Lord of all the earth. Hallelujah. Sing with a heart of gladness tonight. Praise God. Sing it out. Praise the Lord. Come to praise Him. We come to praise Him. Come on, raise them hands up. Praise God. And lift His holy name. We come to praise Him. We come to praise Him. We come to praise Him. Lift His holy name. Yes, amen. Glory to God. Do it again. Come to praise Him. Oh, we come to praise Him. We come to praise Him and lift His holy name. Make a joyful noise. Yes, amen. Glory to the Lord. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. You are the great Lord. All you have to say, come to praise Him. We come to praise Him. Oh, we come to praise Him and lift His holy name. Praise God. Look at this thing. God wants us to rejoice tonight. He wants us to fill the house with His glory. Hallelujah. Sing unto the Lord. Bless His name. Show forth His salvation from day to day. Praise God. Hallelujah. Think about that. You got to show it a little bit. Hallelujah. I I want to show God that I love Him tonight. I want to show God that I need Him tonight. I want to show God that He's a marvelous God tonight. I want to know that God is in the house. Praise God. Hallelujah.
I will sing unto the Lord, for He is worthy to be praised. I will sing unto the Lord, bless His holy name.
Glory to God.
I will sing unto the Lord, for He is worthy to be praised. I will sing unto the Lord, and bless His holy name. You are holy, you are righteous, you are magnificent, you are glorious, you are mighty, you are omnipotent. There is none that can compare. Something bless your name.
Praise God. Working Brother Tim tonight. Praise God. But let all those that put their trust in Thee rejoice. Hallelujah. I'm looking at these scriptures. You're looking at them too. Praise God. Let them ever shout. Shout something tonight. Say, I love you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah. For the joy because Thou hast finished them. Let them also that love Thy name be joyful in them. Praise God. Are you joyful tonight? Glory to God. Getting better.
Glory,
Getting better.
hallelujah. This is what we've come to do. Tear down strongholds, break the chains. Find the devil in Jesus' name. Tonight, we got a right to take the foundation.
Oh, yes. Hallelujah.
Glory, hallelujah. This is what we come to do. Tear down strongholds, break the chains. Find the devil in Jesus' name. Tonight, we got a right to take the foundation with praise.
Oh, hallelujah. Praise God.
We got a right to take the foundation with praise.
Hallelujah. Praise God. Praise God. Sing praises to the Lord which dwelleth in Zion. Declare among the people His doing. How many of you got something this morning? How many of you really got something this morning? How many are going to take and live with it the rest of your life? Praise God. Let Jesus arise and His enemies be scattered. This church is held down long enough. God needs to come forth and see the mighty hand of Almighty God moving and motivating in this town called Lady Lee. We need to show the devil that he has no control in this house or any place around us. Hallelujah. Let God be God. Hallelujah. Glory to Jesus.
Lift up your voice and sing for joy. Clap your hands, make a joyful noise. For the trumpet will shout, we're praising for the victory. The weapons we use are the bombs of God. We're to push away the battle we won. This is the way we fight. We're praising for the victory. One more time, lift up your voice and sing for joy.
Glory. Hallelujah.
Hands make a joyful noise. For the trumpet sound, we're praising for the victory.
One more time.
The weapons we use are the palms of
Hallelujah.
God. Worship is the way the battle is won. This is the way we fight. We're praising for the victory.
Praise God. Sing unto the Lord, all ye saints. Are you a saint tonight? How many of you can declare without a doubt in your mind that you are a saint of the Almighty God? Hallelujah. Raise that hand up and just declare and give thanks of remembrance His holiness. Hallelujah. Praise God.
Can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name, Jesus. Can't stop praising His name. Stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name, Jesus.
Hallelujah. Go ahead. Come on. That's pretty good. How many of you tired yet? You ain't tired yet, are you? Come on. You ain't even got into it. It's only been 10 minutes. Do it again.
Oh, can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name, Jesus. Can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name. I just can't stop praising His name, Jesus.
All right, this is going to be everything in the whole thing that God wanted tonight. The next song we sing, anybody needs anything from the Lord, come on up here. I'm not going to pray for you. I want you to get a hold of God. And I want you to really, really, really get a hold of God. Go ahead, brother. Give me one more scripture. Praise the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song. We done had a song here that said new song. Sing a new song. You know what a new song is? When the breath of God comes in and gets down into your soul and motivates your body and takes over your mind, and everything you've got is released unto the Lord. Then it becomes a new song, even though you've sung it 100 times. It's a new song. So let God bring about a new song for you tonight. Praise God. You ready? Go ahead. Glory to Jesus. You feel a new song tonight? Let the fire of God fall in your hearts tonight. A new song comes forward. Praise God. Hallelujah, Jesus. Glory to His name.
Go marching, oh, when the saints go marching, oh, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching, when the saints go marching, oh, when the saints go marching.
shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills shall break forth before you, and the singing and the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Let's go. One more time. You're not tired yet. Praise the Lord. We should do this for 2 hours up to New York. Praise God.
Jesus on the main line, tell what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell what you want. Jesus on the main line now. Calling us and calling us and telling what you want.
Well, do you feel it yet? Hallelujah. I said, I feel
like praising Him. I feel like praising Him. Praise Him in the morning, praise Him all day long. I feel like praising Him. I feel like praising Him. Oh, I feel like praising Him. Oh, praise Him in the morning, praise Him all day long. I feel like praising Him. Why don't you praise the Lord while you have the day? Why don't you praise the Lord while you have the day? Come on, praise Him in the morning, praise Him all day long. I feel like praising Him. If you go on praise, will hinder me. Oh, if you go on praise, don't hinder me. I'm gonna praise Him in the morning, praise Him all day long. 'Cause I feel like praising Him. Oh, I feel like praising Him. Oh, I said I feel like praising Him. I'm gonna praise Him in the morning, praise Him all day long. I feel like praising Him.
Anybody here need anything? Anybody need anything? I'm a live wire right now, so. Come on up here and I'll pray for you. Oh, Jesus. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Jesus. You got control. Hallelujah. Glory to God. Hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Bless the name, Jesus. Praise God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, hallelujah. Yes, Lord God, take control of her life and help her live and manner. Glory to God. Yes, oh, God, fill him with your power, Lord Jesus. Oh, Jesus, thank you, Lord. They said, God, you found the place of unmatched. Just walk in, suck it up. Jesus. Glory to God. Oh, oh, Jesus. Shatakasiti andalakasaya. Andahaya. Be not afraid, my dear son. Be not afraid. I am with thee always, even unto the end of this world. I shall stand by thee. I shall stand in front of thee. Thy enemies have no effect over thee. Ambush not in your sight. In Jesus' name.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
Lord.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. My heart is mine, my son. Learn not to walk in the right nor to the left. Keep thy eye upon me. I shall straighten all things out. All things are in my hand. Everything that I do, everything that I have is yours. Only believe, trust, and obey. Hallelujah. Anybody else need a word or a prayer? Sister, come back up here. I don't need you to do this, but somebody needs to pray for you. I think the Lord wants to take you. Ready for it? Can you open your heart up and let it out? Sadakasi, Hariyandakasataya, Iyandakasataya. Glory to God. Can't believe I used to do this 3 weeks at a time. After 3 weeks, it gets so weak, you can't hardly stand up. God is good. Sadakasiti yanda kakati yanda la yanda. Ikalala nari yanda kasiti yanda la hoyaya. Ele kasti yanda la kasapai. Oh Jesus. Jesus. He's wrapped his arms around you, my brother. Walk in his favor. Let all things be possible in thy sight. For thou hast not known the things that I've opened up for you. Only walk therein and find favor. You'll see that I mean what I say when I talk to you. And Jesus loves me. This I know, because the Bible has told me so. Glory to God. It's been a while. I respect Brother Lane very, 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 very much. I always have since I've been here. But I miss doing what I'm doing. I miss it very much. I'll be preaching in New Mexico next weekend. We'll see what happens with God. I just need you to pray for me. You know. God is a good God. Don't let no man tell you the different. He has brought me in places and gone with me in places I could never even tell you about. The last service in Arkansas, when just before I retired from pastoring churches, Mary was looking in the Bible. Now this is a strange thing because we've pastored for 40-some years. And she was looking in the Bible and she found my last name in the book of Chronicles. E-D-E-R. I knew I was Jewish, but I didn't know it for real until I found it there. You know, how in the world did a Jewish boy get this far in God? I'll never be able to tell you that. But 2 Chronicles chapter 23, 24, 23. I was of the Levite priesthood. I won't tell you the rest of it because it's not a pleasant thing for my family. Even though I knew they was gamblers their whole life. I couldn't figure out why in the world were these people such gamblers. And I'm not talking about pennies, I'm talking about thousands of dollars. We were from the tribe that actually we set up the tents and the altars and all that kind of stuff for the sanctuary. And after they got done, they went around the back of the tent and started casting lots. And I wonder, where in the world is gambling? All these generations, from generation to generation to generation, came down this far, and still, my family cash lots. There's not probably one, maybe two of us. My little brother sitting there got a preacher and me, and my whole family don't spend thousands of dollars each year casting lots. That's the part I'd like to leave out, actually. That's the part I want you to pray with. That's why I'm so happy with God. You know, when you get saved from something like that, that's a big saving. That's not just a trickling down. That's a big saving. That's something that only God could do. Sister, whatever He told you, and He's laying there, it's going to happen. I know He told you so. Praise God. I love the Lord. I love this church. So you pray for me. Whatever God has in hand, whatever God wants me to do from this night forward, He's totally in His hands. You know, I can't make it or different. If it doesn't happen, I'm as happy as pig. If it does happen, I'm super happy. So whatever happens, happens. Just pray for me and my family. Who do I need to call and pray? Brother Tim, you want to pray? Let's pray over their food too. Glad y'all come out tonight. You got to see some of my ministry over the 40 years that I've been pastoring and building churches. Sorry Brother Lynn wasn't here, but it just worked out that way. I got a call at 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon, and I left it in the hands of the Lord. So I hope you weren't disappointed. Praise God.
What he didn't tell y'all is nobody told me. I got a text Saturday night saying something about who's preaching. So I rushed right in one real early this morning. I didn't sleep. But it's worth it because he's worth it.